proof of his theory is provided in the information that Keffe D. Davis gave in exchange for leniency in his drug case.
When you're out in New York, is that when you meet Puff out there?
No. He gave a party at some little club down Santa Monica, on Paradise. That's where I met. First day I met Puff. Puff was scared, period. And he's like, man, I gotta get rid of them dudes, man.
So he tells you seriously, man, I need to get rid of these guys.
Yeah.
So he's gonna kill both of them.
Yeah, we were on the building.
So this is all Puffy doing.
Yeah.
If Bad Boy and, you know, Sean Puffy Combs were based on the East Coast, how do they have a relationship with a Compton-based gang?
The relationship was established through a very close friend of Puffy Combs, a guy named Eric Martin. They called him Zip. He was a real well-known Harlem drug dealer. He was getting all his cocaine and PCP from Keffe D. So there's a drug relationship that leads to introducing these Southside Crips to Puffy Combs, and he needs some street folks that can provide some protection from Suge Knight and his goon squad. So that's how that got established. The night that Tupac Shakur was shot, you've got Keffe D's nephew getting beat down by Tupac and Suge Knight. It brings everything back up to the surface. There was a whole crew of Southside Crips out in Las Vegas. And those individuals became aware of the assault that had just taken place. So naturally, these gang members are not just going to say, hey, that's just too bad, let's just let it go. They're going to retaliate.
Keffe D states that his nephew, Orlando Anderson, getting jumped at the MGM Grand is what set everything in motion.
You guys aren't out in Vegas then with that intention.
No, we've been going to the fights since, the 80s. Man, they came and said, you just beat up, man. Then when that popped off, it's perfect opportunity, baby. And we went sitting there in the lot. We went all out to the parking lot to get the cars.
And what?
I'm like, you know what them they was telling us they gonna be at the 662 club.
Who was saying that?
Everybody.
Everybody out there?
Yeah, everybody. We waited about 15, 20 minutes, they didn't show up.
Keffe D says, I'm going to go with my nephew Orlando and a couple other hardcore gang members, a guy named DeAndre Smith and Terrence Brown, both known shooters. They get in the white Cadillac and they're leaving. And just by happenstance, here comes Suge Knight and his entourage.
We rolled up Harmon at the Las Vegas Boulevard. Here they coming at BMW with a gang of cars and brawling. Tupac! Tupac! We like, there they go. It was in the middle lane. We just pulled up on the side and checked every car to see where they was.
Keffe D's in the front right passenger seat with the gun. He can't shoot across the driver because they're on the opposite side of the car from him. So he goes to hand the gun back to DeAndre Smith, who's in the left rear passenger. He's in the best position to shoot. So you hand the gun to the back seat?
Yeah, I know it was behind me. Okay. Dre was behind the driver.
Okay.
I gave it to Dre, and Dre was like, no. And Lane's like, you, Bob.
So Orlando shot across Dre?
He leaned over, he rolled down the window, popped. I seen the bullet going Suge dead. I thought he was dead. And I ain't ever told nobody that story.
Did you believe his allegation, his confession was credible?
Yes.
Did you all ever talk to Sean Combs or anybody from Bad Boy Records?
Sean Combs was always very, very cagey. He wasn't willing to sit down unless he had, his lawyers front and center.